Hi guys, Ed here. Today we have this Acura MDX, and in this quick video I'd like to show you how to check your oil and fluids in this car. So let's start. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna pop the hood. Move the latch to the left, to the right, I'm sorry. Raise it up and it should hold. So first thing second thing we have to do, we have to get a napkin or a rag, something. We're gonna wipe the dipstick off to check the oil reading. So let's start. Let's start with engine oil, which we have. The dipstick is right here, and this is the place where you're gonna, I hope you guys can see it. This is the cap for crankcase. This is where you're gonna open in case if you have to add oil. So first thing we're gonna do, the car should be cold. Okay, so usually first thing in the morning before you start the car, that's when you want to check oil level and condition. So I'm gonna put you guys here. What we're gonna do, we're gonna grab on a dipstick, take it out. Don't check reading yet, just wipe it off. Wipe it off clean and put it back in. Take it out, and now we're gonna check the reading. So our level is a bit higher, like just a little bit higher than the notches, which is fine. It's not too crazy. It's not gonna damage nothing, and the condition is like clear. Very nice. So oil is very fresh and looks like synthetic. Yeah, and so the oil level in this car checks like that. Very simple. In case if we would have to add some oil, this is the cap right here. So we just spin the cap, spin it, take the cap out. That's where you're gonna pour the oil in. And over here on the cap you can see it's the 0 W20, which is synthetic, and that's something you would use to add oil. So in case if you're gonna go dealer or parts store and you don't know which oil to choose, it should say 0 W20. Next thing is windshield washer fluid. So when you're asking for the windshield washer fluid and it's not giving you any water, this is the place you're gonna pour in your windshield washer fluid. So open it, pour it in. As there is actually no level. You can actually pour as much as you want. I mean, you're not gonna damage nothing, so don't worry about it. Just fill it up, close the lid, and you're all set. Okay, next thing is the brake fluid. So this thing uses DOT3 or DOT4. How do we check condition and level? So here we have our cap. That's how we unscrew it, and the level should be over here. Okay, as you can see, this is a good level. It should be just like with the level of this white round piece on the top of it. I'm gonna close this for a second. And the cap closes pretty hard. Okay, it should click. Once it clicks, it's good. Let's try this off. So over here also you have a max sign, right? And on the bottom I believe there is a min sign. So it should be somewhere. But this is good level, max. One thing is brake fluid doesn't evaporate. So in case if you are low on brake fluid, it means you're leaking somewhere. If you're leaking somewhere, it means eventually you're gonna lose brakes. So keep that in mind, and always check if you have and everything's fine with your brake fluid. Next thing, the antifreeze is right here. Okay, so this is a cap. You can unscrew it in case you want to check, and there are also readings, min and max. So it should be in the middle. Use coolant. In extreme situations you might use water, but of course coolant is the way to go. There is also radiator cap, but I believe it's under this cover. Okay, which you can get to by removing clips, but you know they made it not user friendly for a reason, because the thing is, if you're gonna open if the car was working and it's hot and you're gonna open the reservoir, the radiator cap, while it's hot, you might get boiling antifreeze in your face. Obviously that's gonna lead to injuries, which they don't want to happen. So this thing also, okay, you don't want to check, you don't want to open it in case if the car is hot. So if the car is cold, then you're fine, no problem. Two more things with this car. I couldn't find a transmission dipstick, so I believe this car has a CVT sealed transmission, and it's not user friendly, consumers friendly, and the transmission level and condition should be checked by mechanic. One more thing is power steering fluid. This car doesn't have a power steering fluid. It has electrical power steering pump. Freon and transfer case liquids also something should be checked by mechanic. Here we have high and low pressure freon hose caps, in case if you know how to do this, if you know how to fill freon yourself, if you have to. But the thing is, this thing is under pressure, okay, and if you don't know what you're doing, you might you might harm yourself, or you can do damage to the car. So freon is something leave to mechanic, and also the transfer case and the differential fluids. That's also, we can't reach them from here, so the car should be lifted, and that's something mechanics should check. Otherwise, that's it. Pretty much you're gonna need to check only 3-4 fluids, which is windshield washer, motor oil, brake fluid, and coolant, and that's very doable, very simple. So okay guys, so I hope this helps. If it does, please press like button and have a great day. Bye bye.